Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to welcome everybody to this evening's meeting. It's an exciting one. We're looking forward to honoring a lot of wonderful teachers. Before I do that, I'd like to formally call the meeting to order. And I would like to announce that President Schmidt is not in attendance this evening, and I will be serving as President Pro Tem, and Mr. Schaefer will be serving as Clerk Pro Tem. And with that, could we have the roll call, please?
President Schmidt absent. Trustee Mendez?
Here.
Trustee Hernandez?
Here.
Trustee Johnston?
Here.
Trustee Schaefer?
Here.
Daisy Carpio?
Here.
Shaylee Fawcett?
Here.
Amanda Gardner?
Here.
Okay, if I could ask Mr. Schaefer to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, the flag salute.
Over your heart, again, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Schaefer. We're now into public verbal comments. This communication. I'm sorry.
Student board members.
I'm sorry, introduction to student board members. Mr. Dushan.
Good evening, student board members. All of you that can't see them, they're back here. So let's start with Jurupa Valley High School and Daisy Carpio.
What we have here at Jurupa, first off, I want to start off with congratulations to myself for Teacher of the Year. And here at Jurupa, tomorrow we have Casey's and Wednesday as well. And we also have on Friday our Renaissance Movie Day, which is for the students who have been doing good or have improved. We have a movie day for them at school. And also this weekend, Ms. Marcel and a couple of students will be traveling to Ontario to a meeting at for our castle to improve leadership skills. And also our choir just had a concert to celebrate our 25-year anniversary at school. And they invited alumni, so over 70 alumni attended. And spring sports started good.
Thank you. And let's move on to Patriot High School and Shaylee Fawcett.
Thank you. On February 25th, we had a very successful blood drive here on campus. And we also that night had an 8th grade parent night to welcome all the future warriors that will be the class of 2018. And they got to tour the campus and also view a few performances from some of our clubs and sports here on campus. We just finished up our WASC visit, and we had a great time preparing for WASC and being able to tour them around our campus and be able to show them everything that makes Patriot High School function on a daily basis. On February 28th, we had Mr. Patriot here in the theater, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's kind of like a male beauty pageant, but it's supposed to be kind of a fun thing, and I'd like to congratulate J.D. Hernandez, who won that fun event on February 28th. I'd like to congratulate boys basketball, who made it to the first round of CIF, and girls basketball, who made it to the semifinals of CIF and made Patriot very proud. I'd like to extend a special congratulations to Ms. Podorsky, who is being honored as our Teacher of the Year. Ms. P is a great asset to the Patriot community, and you can always find her running around campus in her crazy heels and yelling at everyone and trying to get everyone involved and make them feel like a special member of the Patriot community. And it's a very well-deserved honor, and we'd like to extend a special congratulations to her. We'd also like to extend a congratulations to Pierce Ford, who was named a National Merit Finalist. For those of you who don't know, the National Merit Scholarship is 15,000 finalists are selected out of 1.5 million juniors across the United States. And the winners will be announced starting in April. And it's a very prestigious honor. Some National Merit finalists include Bill Gates, Stephanie Meyer, who is the author of the Twilight series, and John Roberts, who is the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court. So we're really honored to have Pierce on our campus and be able to represent that caliber of academics here at Patriot. Our spring sports rally is this Friday, and we'll be honoring our spring athletes with a luau themed rally. We also have a Spirit Week in conjunction with that. Today was Green Day, of course, in honor of St. Patrick's Day. Tomorrow is Tie-Dye Tuesday, Patriotic Wednesday, Island Wear Thursday, and Friday is Class Colors. We'd like to extend a congratulations to Cheer, who placed 5th place at JAMS Nationals, and Dance, who placed 2nd place at JAMS Nationals. Choir participated in their annual celebration choir in conjunction with Jurupa Middle School about 2 weeks ago, and it was a great event to attend to see the collaboration of our middle schools and high schools in our district. We'd like to extend good luck to all of our students who will be testing on the KC this week, and that's all for featuring.
Thank you, Shaylee. And finally, Amanda Gardner will be talking about what's happening at Rubino High School.
Hi, so this Thursday we have WASP coming to evaluate our school, and we also have KC tomorrow and Wednesday, so we're wishing everyone that needs to take the KC good luck. Spring sports have started up, and they have started with their pre-league games, matches, and invitationals. Wednesday we have a prom fair where students can check out limo, floral, tux, and makeup and hair companies. And after spring break is our Best of Rubidoux on April 3rd to welcome the incoming freshmen next year, and they get to kind of see what kind of clubs and sports we have, and it's welcome to everybody to see what kind of things we have. They'll be selling food, and we have carnival games, so it's actually really fun. And we'll also be having a dance afterwards I think it's from 8 to 11. And lastly, we want to recognize our Teacher of the Year, which is Ms. Clower. She has put in so much time and effort, not only in her teaching, but also as an advisor for Reaches and National Honor Society. So thank you so much for putting so much dedication into our school. And that's all I have.
Thank you, ladies.
Okay, item 2A, recognitions, recognize site and district teachers of the year. And that would be Miss Elzig.
Thank you. This is the night we all look forward to when we honor our teachers. I would invite the board, if you would, join us on the floor below the stage here, and we'll get started.
While the board is coming down here, I would like to give a long speech about how wonderful all of our teachers are, and you are. And the only thing that bothers me about tonight is that all of our teachers aren't being honored because you represent truly the best of the best. I'll match the teachers of Jurupa in any district in the state or the country, hands down. You guys are wonderful, and I'm not going to talk long because this is your night. But I just want you to know, when I walk through classrooms in Jurupa, I am just so proud of the instruction that I see, the competence and quality of the teachers that we have, the enthusiasm, and just the caring for the children of this community. You guys truly are the caretakers, educators, and so much more to the children of Jurupa Valley. So thank you for everything all of you do and all of your peers at your schools. So we'll move on with the important part of recognizing each of you. These are sort of in order, right? Alphabetical, except we're starting with Education Services. And so the teacher representing Education Services is John DeMore. So while you're walking over there, I'm going to brag on you a little bit. Education Services wishes to recognize John DeMore as its Teacher of the Year. Mr. DeMore is the Adapted Physical Education Teacher for the district, and he is amazing. I think you're going to hear that word a lot tonight. And every time I say it, multiply it times 10. He has students at every school in the district, but he carefully manages his schedule to ensure that all students are seen in compliance with their IEPs. While most teachers have a student for a year or two, Mr. DeMore sometimes follows the students from kindergarten until graduation. Always positive, he helps students continually improve their motor skills and coordination throughout their attendance in the district. He constantly challenges them by asking them for just a little more. Parents see him as a wizard of sorts because of the dramatic changes that students are able to make under his tutelage. Mr. DeMore is an unsung hero. He quietly goes about his duties, but he is continually changing the lives of students for the better. He is a tremendous asset to Jurupa Unified School District and most worthy of the title, Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
From Camino Real, we'd like to recognize Karen Gothel. Congratulations to Karen, the 2014 Camino Real Teacher of the Year. To best describe Karen, you first have to picture a classroom full of TK and K students. That's hard enough, right? All of the students are on task. They're engaged in the learning process. They're working quietly in their seats or on the rug. They're motivated to be successful and glued to every word the teacher says. These students are the lucky ones in Karen's class. Along with her colleagues, she works long hours to provide meaningful experiences for her students. All the while having the patience of a saint. I'm sure he said it all. For certain. Karen is the ultimate kindergarten teacher, and the Camino Real community is delighted to work with her daily. Congratulations to you. Well done.
From Glen Avon is pleased to announce Ms. Diane Ravelli as our Teacher of the Year. Ms. Ravelli has been a dedicated teacher for many years. She is an amazing teacher with her students and others who are struggling academically or behavior problems. She really makes special connections with her students and has a big heart for students who are in need of so much. Ms. Ravelli was once a staff member who picked up all the bikes for Christmas and personally delivered 2 of the bicycles to her students. Oh, I know you rode 2 at one time to do that. Ms. Ravelli wants all of her students to achieve to their fullest potential. She puts in many, many late nights and hours to ensure their success. She has the ability to know exactly what each student needs and works hard to meet their needs. Ms. Ravelli also works with struggling students before school to help them reach their goals. The Glen Avon staff believe that she has all the qualities to be Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Granite Hill Elementary is proud to recognize Cassandra Lemus. Cassandra is better known as Cassie, our 2013-14 Teacher of the Year. Cassie is always willing to help out a student, a colleague, or a visitor to our campus. She is regularly seen walking our campus and making it a welcoming place. She also spearheads the social club on campus and has made significant contributions to the positive culture at Granite Hill. Cassie influences positive behavior with students on campus, supporting our PBIS initiative by hosting a lunch bunch group weekly to reinforce effective decision-making and positive behavior skills with some of our most challenging students. Cassie is a dedicated teacher who works hard daily to ensure that her students have numerous opportunities in a variety of contexts to comprehend the Common Core standards. Her creative energy and positive nature make her a valuable asset to the Granite Hill educational program. She works to create leaders on campus who are equipped to take on the world. Cassie has been a dedicated teacher for the past 24 years. I think we started at the same time at the same school. That's right. She genuinely cares about her students and is always available to listen or lend a helping hand. We're proud to recognize her as our Teacher of the Year.
Ina Arbuckle, Mrs. Rihanna Dodds. Mrs. Rihanna Dodds has been part of the Ina Arbuckle family since 2004. Currently, Mrs. Dodds is a 5th grade teacher. Mrs. Dodds is a tremendous asset to Ina Arbuckle Elementary and to the district. She is innovative, enthusiastic, and dedicated. Her classroom is an outstanding instructional setting where her students experience a feeling of belonging. She not only teaches the basic skills, but engages students in problem solving and critical thinking with a variety of instructional strategies. Her passion, talent, and caring personality are evident in her classroom. Mrs. Dodds has an astonishing rapport with students and parents. She is a dedicated advocate for students. She often spends money out of her own pocket to help students and their families who are in need, and does whatever it takes to get her students to learn, including having them dress up and reenact historical events. Mrs. Dodds makes herself available to students before school, recess, lunch, and after school. I think that's all day. The whole day. You sleep there. I think so. Her room is always filled with joy and laughter from her students. A few years ago, Mrs. Dye started a garden for her students. That garden has now grown significantly, and her students take pride and responsibility for it. The list is endless of all the wonderful things that Mrs. Dye does for her students, and we thank you. Congratulations.
From Indian Hills Elementary, we want to recognize Debbie England. Thank you. Debbie England has been a tremendous asset to the Jurupa Unified School District since the 1976-77 school year when she was hired. Debbie has given Debbie has given 200% to her students, staff, and community, no matter what school site she's been at or what job title she's performed. Debbie is an extremely effective teacher and has demonstrated this in several positions that have included special education teacher, general education teacher, language intervention teacher, RSP teacher, and it keeps going on. Not only does Debbie do a tremendous job as an RSP teacher at Indian Hills, she also is a consulting teacher, administrative designee, testing coordinator, leadership team member, SST team member, and is on the NAJ Special Education Committee. Wow. Within the school environment, Debbie has done an amazing job of supporting teachers with curriculum needs and staff development. She has an open door policy where teachers are able to come to her for classroom strategies. In regards to the students, they have a great respect for her and love coming daily into her classroom. Her supportive and encouraging words allow the students to feel that her classroom is a safe haven for all the support they need to feel successful. We are so blessed to have Debbie England as a part of our staff here at Indian Hills Elementary.
I must have hired you when you were 12. I think so. Miss Bell. Miss Bell Elementary would like to honor Anne Marie Lee as Okay, there's some tongue twisters in here, so. This is Anna Marie Lee's 20th year as a Mission Bell Broom.
I have enough trouble with Mission Bell Broom.
Over all these years, Anne Marie has been a model of professional and personal dedication to our staff, students, and families. She always goes over and beyond the call of duty, spending countless hours creating, researching, planning, and implementing the best standards-driven instruction possible to meet the needs of all her students. She is currently a member of the Student Success Team, the PBIS Leadership Team, and the Carnival Planning Committee. Actively supports the PTO and the 100 Mile Club and rarely says no to anything that is good for kids. Her sense of humor, fun-loving spirit, and positive outlook make her a joy to be around. Anne Marie Lee is a model of all we hope to be at Mission Bell. We are thrilled to honor her as our 2013-14 Teacher of the Year.
We'd like to recognize Deborah Betts, Pacific Avenue. Ralph Waldo Emerson once wrote, "Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm." Mr. Emerson must have had Deborah Betts in mind when he wrote those words. Ms. Betts takes on every task with determination, professionalism, eagerness, compassion, and zeal. Ms. Betts actively and creatively engages her intervention students and her intervention math students in learning. She instills in them a burning desire to achieve and succeed. In addition, Ms. Betts supports the entire staff by gathering ideas and materials for implementation of the Common Core standards, keeping the school running technologically, addressing the needs of behaviorally challenged students, arranging staff celebrations, heading Pacific Avenue Student Success Team, helping out with bus and recess duty, coordinating all site testing, participating in the site leadership team, creating ELA and math PowerPoints for teachers' use, and lending a helping hand to everyone. You're tired, lady.
Tired.
Ms. Betts' abundant energy, global understanding, good heart, and infectious smile make Pacific Avenue a great place for kids and adults. Ms. Betts truly deserves to be recognized as Pacific Avenue's Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Headley Elementary is proud to nominate Cindy Burke as our Teacher of the Year. She has the privilege of working with our special education students. Every day, her focus is preparing our students who have disabilities for their future careers and being functional in our community. She works daily with parents, keeping them informed of the needs children have and encouraging them to seek better opportunities for their children. She is part of our leadership team and has worked tirelessly on providing parent workshops called FISH, Family Involvement Starts Here. She has worked as an administrative designee and is seen as an expert in dealing with difficult situations and encouraging those around her. She is always positive, and her demeanor in any situation is always, what can we do to resolve the issue? Cindy takes time to recognize the abilities and positive skills people have. We at Headley salute our Teacher of the Year, Cindy Burke. Congratulations.
Cindy, is that your little boy? Yeah. Are you so proud of Mom? Carlton Elementary, we want to recognize Linda Webb.
Yeah, that's the baby. Thank you.
Linda joined the Carlton staff when the school opened in September of 1996. To Throughout the years, she has consistently worked to create an engaging learning environment. Linda is an experienced teacher who has taken on the challenge of Common Core components with a positive attitude. She embraces the Peralta focus areas of No Excuses University and positive behavior intervention and supports, and folds them seamlessly into her students' daily classroom experience. Linda and her third grade students proudly display their Ohio State pride every time.
Go Buckeyes.
Very good. With t-shirts, Linda helped them create, and they all believe they will go to college after high school graduation. Linda often makes connections with students traditionally thought of as difficult, and she infuses her good-natured humor into her interactions with them. We happily recognize Linda Webb as our Teacher of the Year.
From Rustic Lane, Lydia Harris. It is with great personal and professional pride the staff at Rustic Lane nominates Lydia Ahrens as our Teacher of the Year. We have found Mrs. Ahrens to be student-centered, loyal, capable, intelligent, and confident of her abilities. She possesses the ability to skillfully implement lesson objectives to maintain a classroom environment that focuses on learning. She is most skilled at perceiving the needs of students and achieving student success. Mrs. Ahrens practices exemplary leadership traits. She has shown her leadership skills through her role as PBIS coordinator and PTO member. She is highly respected by the staff and always goes far and above her duties. She is excellent at modeling to the staff and students a commitment to a school culture with character. Lastly, along with fostering team strength, she celebrates the values and successes by creating a spirit of community. Mrs. Ahrens is truly an example of leopard pride. Congratulations.
Sky Country Elementary would like to recognize Jennifer Bullard. As an incredible first grade teacher, Mrs. Bullard always puts students first. She puts in 100% effort in all that she does. Jennifer is kind, sincere, and shows empathy for others. She consistently seeks solutions and helps others to problem solve. Jennifer has just become a school board member.
Watch it.
School site council representative, serves her grade level leader, and the retention chairperson at Sky Country. She also provides homework club on Mondays for parents and students to work on homework together in her classroom after school. Jennifer Bullard has an amazing passion for education, and she's truly an asset to our campus. Thank you for everything.
So if you haven't noticed something, everybody who comes up here is energetic. So actually, this is going to be the first year in many years that we will be hiring and recruiting elementary teachers. So as you do that, though, and since people are like, make sure they have at least half the energy. Stone Avenue, Kenny Reed. Penny Reed's kindness and caring, patience and expertise have a lasting impact on the lives she touches, children and adults alike. She is one of the most positive people we know. We admire and commend her for the work she does. Penny deals warmly, patiently, and equitably with every student and is always able to correct in a loving way without ever having to raise her voice or utter an harsh word. She is organized and does a great job of documenting progress and strategies being used to remediate or intervene when necessary. She is always happy to share instructional strategies and materials and to simply listen when a sympathetic ear is needed. Her classroom is a cooperative community of learners working together to help everyone succeed. She has the ability to make lessons fun, interesting, and memorable, so her students are eager to learn. And because she cares so much for her students, they learn to care for each other. They become not only better students, but better people. Penny is not, it seems, even aware of her extraordinary talents. This makes her all more deserving of this honor. It is a pleasure to work alongside her and select Penny Reed as the Stone Avenue 2014 Teacher of the Year.
Next up, Cheryl Ferguson, Sunny Slope Elementary. Cheryl never changes. It is with great pride Sunny Slope honors Cheryl Ferguson as our Teacher of the Year. Ms. Ferguson is a special education resource specialist teacher. She is a problem solver, an innovator, and a dynamic member of our school staff. Her enthusiasm, love, and passion for teaching and for her students are unsurpassed. She does not work for awards or accolades, but simply to inspire the students she works with every day. She's firm and fair and maintains long-lasting relationships with former students and families. She teaches her students to strive for excellence daily and to respect each other. In addition to her work with kids, Mrs. Ferguson is a valuable member of our SST team that brainstorms ideas to best help kids. She also collaborates with all teachers and staff to best serve students and works late into the evening as an active PTA member. She's our PTA teacher rep and membership chair. We appreciate Mrs. Ferguson's hard work in and out of the classroom, and she inspires us to always give our best to our students.
Cross Street, Denise Turner. Denise Turner exemplifies a dedicated teacher. She has been a leader by implementing technology in her classroom, whether it be by utilizing her smart board with student responders or coordinating her sixth graders to use classroom computers. With the implementation of Common Core state standards, she has invested a great amount of time organizing and preparing resources for instruction and assessment. She shares ideas with her teacher colleagues and welcomes them to observe her class and implement these strategies. In addition, she supports after-school activities by starting a Lego club for our upper grade students and participates in Trott's various extracurricular activities, such as movie nights and our community health fair. She gives of herself to support high expectations at Trott Elementary and is always among the first to support any new initiative, program, or outreach. Mrs. Turner is a fine example of stallions standing strong.
Next up is Amy Kincaid, Van Buren Elementary. Mrs. Amy Kincaid is the absolute definition of Teacher of the Year. She's patient, caring, and dedicated teacher who brings passion and creativity to her work. Amy communicates well with students, staff, and parents alike, and always with a wonderful smile that can brighten up anyone's day. She's an amazing multitasker, as she calls it, juggling her responsibilities as a classroom teacher and grade level lead with being one of Van Buren's 100 Mile Club coordinators, PBIS, School Site Safety Committee, and her fundraising efforts. Are you seeing a pattern here? The list of these duties is amazing. She really makes a difference in our students' lives, not just in the classroom, but throughout the Van Buren campus. She is loved and a priceless member of the Van Buren family. Thank you for all that you're doing. We appreciate it.
You know, just about really every one of you that comes up here, whether you're kind of awesome, I can tell you really don't like to be recognized. You're so humble, but really you're wonderful. This is your night. So be proud. It's okay. We're just going to embarrass you a little bit. West Riverside's Teacher of the Year is Alma Caviar.
That didn't have to jump up.
It is clear, as soon as you walk into her classroom and see her working with her students, that she truly cares about them. She simultaneously projects both genuine warmth and high expectations for her students, and is always willing to go above and beyond to get them to meet those expectations. She is so patient, conscientious, and kind in her treatment of students. You can see why they respond to her so well. Her creativity and willingness to innovate in the classroom are qualities that her colleagues all recognize and genuinely admire. Alma's ability to connect with her students and their families is powerful. Parents feel the empathy and warmth that she shows them, and in turn are always willing to support and help her. As a member of the school's leadership team, student study team, and numerous IEPs, she consistently expresses a positive attitude and optimism that are contagious and help energize all of us to do the best we can for our students. West Riverside is lucky to have Alma Cagliari, and we are proud to call her our Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
And we are moving to our middle schools and would like to recognize Tanya Young. Tanya is an exemplary educator and colleague and is most deserving of this award. In the classroom, Tanya goes above and beyond for her students by tutoring them before and after school and during her prep period to ensure that they are progressing in math. Her teaching techniques are innovative and are preparing students for 21st century learning. She has opened her classroom to other colleagues at school and in the district to observe new learning strategies in practice. Ms. Young has upheld a leadership role within her department while maintaining a humble and helpful demeanor for many years. She is currently serving on the Units of Study Committee and the Common Core Steering Committee. She is also the Balanced Math Facilitator and the Grade Level Data Team Leader. She has spent countless hours developing new curriculum for Common Core, which again shows her dedication to her craft and to her students. Throughout the years, Ms. Leon has demonstrated an insurmountable professionalism, knowledge, student advocacy, and the courage to make a difference. We are all privileged to work with Tanya each and every day, and as her colleagues summed it up, she shines among the many stars of the Jurupa Middle School teaching staff. Congratulations.
You guys are all so modest and humble. You're embarrassed to be called modest and humble. And John, you really excel. You are the only man here tonight. You are the only one that can pass the cut in this. I'm proud of you. Mira Loma is pleased to nominate Mrs. Elizabeth Wells as our 2004 Say hi. Oh, you gotta love it. Jurupa is pleased to nominate Mrs. Elizabeth Wells as our 2014 Teacher of the Year. Liz is a tremendous asset to our school and community. She serves as our PBIS coach and has played an integral part in the implementation process of PBIS school-wide. Liz is a dedicated team player, willing and able to give her time and energy to our students and our staff in school. I just want to say a little bit something too about PBIS. We were noting tonight, we have had probably less than half the expulsions this year of any year before this. So I noticed so many of you are involved with PBIS, so we always have the best doing the best. Liz is, I read already that part, I sidetracked myself. Liz has all the attributes of an excellent teacher, caring, knowledgeable, passionate about student learning, collaborative with her peers, and leads by her professional and compassionate example. Mrs. Wells has been contributing in such a positive way to our Marigold Middle School community for many years and is very deserving of the 2014 Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
From Mission Middle School, Amber Harold Toby.
That's my baby crying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bring her here. There, it's all better. There we go. Mission Middle School Teacher of the Year is your mom. Harold Toby. Mrs. Harold Toby is one of our most dedicated math teachers. She's a member of the Math Units of Study team, which is creating the math curriculum as our district transitions to Common Core standards. And she serves on the Secondary Math Advisory Committee. On any given day, students can be seen in her classroom before school, during lunch, or after school, receiving the extra help they need to be successful. Ms. Harold Toby also is the advisor for Mission's Community Service Organization Club Outreach. She and her students organize family nights where they have dinner and games for our neighborhood families and offer free clothes, shoes, toys, and other household necessities they may need. During the fire in January, which destroyed students' homes, it was Amber who came in right away to ask who was affected, what did they need, and began taking the steps to collect and distribute any supplies the families could use. She also takes students in club outreach on field trips to senior centers so they can assist and participate in local charitable activities. On top of all of Amber's work with the district curriculum and club outreach, she is continuously striving to provide the absolute best learning experience for her students. And we thank you, Amber, for everything you do.
Jurupa Valley High School is proud to recognize Jennifer Marcio as our Teacher of the Year. Well, it's just another teacher that works tirelessly. And she does, I see her everywhere. Jennifer works tirelessly as the JVHSASD director, as well as being an outstanding English teacher. She has an innate ability to motivate her students and set expectations for kids that are apparent to anyone who takes a moment to notice. She empowers, challenges, and inspires all students whom she comes in contact with pride. The JVHSASB program has flourished this year under her leadership, resulting in a very positive change in school spirit and student connectedness. She has an amazing energy and is eager and tireless in getting both our students and staff involved in activities. Along with her ASD duties, Jennifer began teaching Read 180 and has not only excelled at it, but has also found a real niche in working with individual needs students. No one at Jurupa Valley exudes the core values of pride, passion, respect, integrity, determination, and excellence more than Jennifer Marcel. Congratulations.
Next up is Patriot High School, and they refer to her as Wonder Woman. She may not wear a Wonder Woman costume, but she is certainly our superhero. And she has been known to wear Superman socks.
I have.
Patriot High School is proud to name Kristen Podorsky as our Teacher of the Year. Kristen serves as our lead crew advisor. She teaches and leads 5 classes of upperclassmen who serve as peer mentors for our entire freshman class each year. Under her leadership, these young men and women are a powerful resource to help freshmen survive and thrive during 9th grade and beyond. They are also major agents of social action and have raised funds for a number of local and international causes. It is also noteworthy that students in her program go on to college at a much higher rate than the PHS or district average, and the majority of her alumni go on to become counselors, teachers, social workers, and agents of change working for nonprofit organizations. No matter the work, if it is good for kids, Kristen is the first to serve, and she and her lead crew leaders are a major part of Patriot High School's culture. Thank you.
Jurupa High School has the honor to nominate Ms. Janice Fowler for So before I read this, I have to start out by saying it is rare that I can walk into a high school calculus class and understand anything. But in Ms. Howard's class, she was explaining limits, and for 30 seconds at least, I understood them. I think I need reteaching. It's one of those things we do somewhere in the August. Janice is one of our most dedicated math teachers, and she is very well respected by students, parents, school administration, and colleagues. Ms. Howard's passion for education, commitment to excellence, as well as her depth of knowledge in math, CCSS, and effective instructional strategies is demonstrated on a daily basis in her teaching activities. She routinely looks outside her immediate environment and identifies ways to improve her teaching strategies, always having in mind the best interest of our diverse student population. Janice serves on numerous committees, including the Secondary Math Committee, the Western Association of Schools and Colleges Committee, the Math Unit of Studies Committee. These responsibilities have kept her very busy beyond her regular duties as a math teacher. Ms. Cloud has developed an excellent rapport with our students, parents, and staff members. She shows a sincere interest in our students as individuals and as a group, and she is always willing to go above and beyond her teaching responsibilities, working long hours and mentoring students. Congratulations. Sorry.
We know what we're doing.
I'm a slow learner.
From the Learning Center, we recognize Sarah Thie. The Learning Center nominates Sarah Thie as the Teacher of the Year. Ms. Thie has always served our students and our community well. She's taught at the Learning Center for the past 4 years, and since then has truly advocated for her students in a variety of ways. In addition to her duties as English teacher, Ms. Thie is the student study team coordinator, English as a second language, here we go, coordinator, and the PBIS coordinator. Her positive and motivating behavior, as well as her willingness to go that extra mile for her students, allows her to work well with some of our most at-risk kids, who they trust her and they know they can always count on her. Recently, she also taught adult education classes after school to help students from other schools earn a high school diploma. Ms. Steed is a team player and is always willing to assist her colleagues and offer helpful advice whenever it's needed. Needless to say, Ms. Steed is respected and well-liked by both students and staff. Thank you.
Jurupa Vista High School is proud to name Keela Cage as our teacher. Keela is the math teacher working in our AAA Academy program, which serves the district's most at-risk freshman students. Currently, 92% of these students are ahead in credits and thriving in AAA. And those are students, I have to say, who typically have been ones falling behind in credit. So that's pretty amazing. Furthermore, in surveying AAA students, they regularly report that math is now their favorite subject in school. And how often do at-risk students say that? In addition to her classroom duties, Keela was one of 2 teachers who designed the curriculum and support materials for the district's Math Foundations course, is a units of study writer for Algebra 1, and serves as math facilitator for the Balanced Math program at Patriot High School. Every day, she makes a difference for students and her fellow teachers. It is an honor to have her as part of the Jurupa Vista High School family. Congratulations. Okay, so now, even though you're all teachers of the year, you had to pick one teacher of the year for every grade or every school level. So I am pleased and proud to announce our elementary teacher of the year, Debbie Ingram. I'm also pleased and proud to announce our middle school teacher of the year, Tanya Leon.
Digging for resources, and to all of you who stepped up to be part of these committees and been there with me and for me. Thank you.
And finally, my honor to announce a teacher that actually survived teaching one of my children and has demonstrated the mathematical premise that there are no limits to limits.
Thank you so much. There are so many amazing teachers sitting here, and I was so excited tonight when I came in and knowing the hard work we're all doing with Common Core, and so many unit of study teachers sitting here, and of course PBIS and everything, and we're all involved, and this is absolutely amazing. So thank you to everybody that's been doing such a great job this year. So thank you.
Mendez, those flowers look great with you. But you got the flowers inside.
I tried.
I want to congratulate you all, and now a few words from our President Pro Tem tonight, Mr. Memo Mendez.
I'd like to announce that we'll take a 15-minute recess for us to have an opportunity to congratulate each of the wonderful teachers that we recognize here this evening. So a 15-minute recess, and then we'll reconvene at the meeting. Thank you.
Okay, I would like to reconvene the board meeting back into session. And at this time, we would like to recognize Mr. Andy Hubin, Maryland Middle School Principal, and Elizabeth Wells, Maryland Middle School Teacher, winner of the Inland Empire Reading Council Awards. Mr. Dabrowski.
Thank you. A joint project between the Riverside County Office of Education and the Inland Empire Reading Council celebrate literacy, honors teachers, administrators, and others who provide exemplary student service to students in the field of language arts. On March 13th, Andy Hubin, principal of Maryland Middle, and Elizabeth Wells, who was honored tonight from Maryland Middle School, were recognized for their outstanding service to students at their school. And I can't see. Andy and Elizabeth, are you still here?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Dabrowski. And at this time, we're on item 3, public verbal comments. Do we have any verbal comments this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 4, administrative reports, written communication. Mr. Dabrowski.
Tonight, as we talk about Common Core standards, I just want to talk for a few minutes about the CAASPP pilot test. That's the Smarter Balance test that our students will be taking this year. As you recall, in preparation for that test, we purchased many carts of laptop computers so that schools would have a dedicated space to do that testing. And I'm happy to report that at every school, those carts are up and installed and running and working and good to go. Currently, our assessment department is in the middle of training all of the teachers that will be proctoring those exams that will begin next month. Lorraine Mooney and her folks are delivering that training. They tell me that I think tomorrow is their final school. So all of the teachers who will be delivering that test have received a hands-on training. It's a very different way of giving a test. The teachers actually have a computer station that they're at where they have to sort of sign off on all the students, and it's very different than what they've done in the past. The test window will be from April 7th to May 16th. It's a 6-week window with a couple of days when the system will be down. Last week, the district conducted what they called a stress test, which was once those laptops were all up and running, the students at every school logged on at the same time in the morning and took one of the practice tests or the training tests that had been made available by Smarter Balance, so that we could sort of test out our district bandwidth and see if things were going to go crashing down or if it could handle it. And I was excited to report that the bandwidth stood up well. I think we were only up to about 35% of our maximum usage. All of the teachers that gave those training tests at that time completed a survey in terms of what they encountered and what went well and what could be worked on to be better before April 7th. And gave us some valuable information so that when we do begin those tests the week of April 7th, we'll be better informed and ready to go. As you recall, all of our 3rd through 8th grade students, all of our 11th grade students, and then a small sampling of our 9th grade students just at Patriot will be taking those tests during that window. Different grade levels at different schools will take a little bit different tests, meaning all of our students will take a test that contains language arts and math, and then all of our students will have a performance task, which is a task that they'll complete on the computer after receiving some instruction in the classroom. And some of our students will take that in language arts, and some of our students will take that in math. And every grade level at every school was given different assignments. In addition to that, we're also preparing for some remaining paper pencil state exams. For example, at 5th grade, 8th grade, and 10th grade, our students will still take the CST science test. That is a paper pencil test. Our students that take the CAPA test, which is a special ed test for some of our more restrictive students, in grades 2 through 11, that will still be given in paper pencil this year. And also our students that are taking the early assessment program, that's the test that our 11th graders take to determine their college readiness. And that hasn't yet been converted over to a digital format, so that will be taken also paper pencil. So a lot of different assessment going on, but things seem to be moving well, and we're excited about how things went last week with our stress test, and that our teachers are ready to deliver those exams. And just as a reminder, you'll recall that we won't receive any results. There'll be no published results from the exams that we take this year. Those will be made available next year when students take the test. And Mrs. Johnston, you had asked what happens to those results, and we inquired and found out that it's only the ETS, which is the company that actually administers the test. They will be the only group that has access to the results, so they won't go anywhere other than the testing company, and they'll use those to look at the questions and look at the exam itself and make modifications for next year's test.
Thank you. And item 4B, report on Patriot High School WASC visit. Mr. Dabrowski.
All right, well, Patriot had their WASC review a few weeks back, and it was their full review. And as you're aware, that they created a self-study report last year. They divided into focus groups, things like school climate, curriculum, instruction, several different areas, and they created a self-study. They turned that in, and then a visiting team of 7 came out and spent Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 2 weeks ago on campus, and they looked at all aspects of the educational system here at Patriot and took a look at the self-study. It's essentially the visit is designed to verify that what Patriot says is going on campus and is written up in their self-study is accurate. They were very excited about several things that they saw here on campus. They talked a lot about their excitement about the Common Core implementation. They talked about the school climate and all the positive things going on campus with the student body. They talked about the math instruction, balanced math. There was a lot of things that they felt like they could take back to their respective sites, because these are teachers and administrators from high schools around our Southern California. They delivered a report which you received in a separate under a separate copy, and cited some of those things that they were very excited about and gave some suggestions for things that they could work on. And then that goes to the main accrediting agency, and we'll get a report back with the length of term that they're accredited for sometime in the future. We don't have that yet.
Thank you. Item C, review tentative schedule for 2013-2014 awards and graduation ceremonies.
Thank you. The schedule for the awards and graduation is there, posted for your information.
Thank you. Moving on to item D, announce initial bargaining proposal from CSEA 392. Ms. Elsig.
Thank you. Tonight we'll publicize the initial bargaining proposal from CSCA. This will allow for public verbal comments during the next board meeting on April 7th, 2014.
Thank you. Item E, report on district pesticide use. Ms. Ford.
The district's integrated pest management policy follows California's Department of Pesticide Regulations and Guidelines, which focuses on an as-needed approach to pesticide use, and that's what we do here in the district, and for the prevention and the suppression of pest problems. And we use the least toxic and the most effective use of the chemicals in our schools, but again, focusing on the least toxic. The main products that we use are for weed control and for gopher control. And a list and chart of JUSD's pesticide use is included in your supporting documents. And if you do have any questions, Mr. Elzig is the expert in this area, and he is here tonight to answer the questions.
Any questions? Seeing none, moving on then to item F, other administrative reports and written communications.
There are none.
Wow. Okay, well, thank you. Action session. Item A, approve routine action items by consent. Do you hear a motion?
Make a motion to approve with comment.
Second.
Mr. Schaefer made the motion and Mr. Hernandez seconded it.
I would just like to comment that it seems, it's not that we gloss over, but within these action items is the donations to the district. Over the year, they add up to tens of thousands of dollars, and we just want to make sure that those that have donated is truly, truly appreciated. Thank you.
Well said. Any other comments? Then, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. I'm 4-0, sorry, can't count.
It's new math.
Okay, moving on then to item B, certify the 2013-2014 second interim financial report. Ms. Ford.
In December, the board certified our first interim financial report. Tonight, administration is requesting the board certify our second interim financial report. The second interim report is brought to the board at around this time each year, and it outlines any changes since the first interim report. The report is provided to Riverside County Office of Education with information on the financial condition of the district. As with our first interim financial report, the second interim will be submitted as a positive certification, so we're very pleased about that. Some areas to highlight in the second interim report is that there is a small increase in unrestricted revenue, which is primarily due to adjustments in solar generation, earned interest, school donations, as well as utility expenditures. And there's a decrease in restricted revenue due to deferred federal revenue and carryover of state revenue, which decreased the restricted expenditures in 13-14. We continue to maintain our required 3% reserve as well as an LCFF reserve account. And in the multi-year projection, you'll see some items reflected. One is that we're continuing to decline project a decline in enrollment of 150 students each year for 14-15 and for 15-16. However, we are starting to see new development, and we actually are seeing rooftops now, which is exciting. And we are hopeful that that trend will then reverse our declining enrollment. The multi-year projection also reflects an unduplicated pupil count of 80% under the LCFF funding. And this calculation will be recalculated each year, so that could change from year to year. But currently, in multi-year projection, you'll see 80% reflected in 14-15 and 15-16. And the LCFF gap funding percentage, you'll notice in the multi-year, follows the governor's current proposal of 28% for 14-15, and school services conservative recommendation of 7.8% for 15-16. We also indicate that we will make progress towards the 24-1 K-3, used to be called class size reduction, but now they're calling grade span adjustment, in both the 14-15 and the 15-16 year. A couple of items to note in the report is that deferrals are still in place, although the governor's budget proposes the elimination of deferrals for 14-15, so we're hoping that that will indeed pass. You'll notice in 2013-14, we are deficit spending. That means we have more expenditures than revenue. However, in 14-15, we anticipate our revenue will exceed expenditures. And as a final note, there is a note in the report regarding CalSTRS, and there's a growing unfunded liability in the CalSTRS program, which could result in the need for the district to increase that contribution. So we're aware of that as well. So at this time, administration recommends the board certify that the district will be able to meet its financial obligations for all 3 years.
Okay, need a motion to certify that the district will be able to meet its financial obligations for all 3 years?
So moved.
Correct.
Question.
Okay, we have a motion made by Mrs. Johnson, thank you, and a second by Mr. Hernandez, and we have a comment or a question from Mr. Brian Schaefer.
Just a question on this. In the supporting docs, it states that the district does not have sufficient cash in the general fund and will issue a TRAN for 2013 of $19 million, and then in 2014, $10 million. Will we need approval from our COE in order to apply or get those TRANs?
Yes, and the TRAN for the $10 million we just issued, that was just approved by the board in February. So that's the $10 million. And we hope that if the governor's proposal goes forward and eliminates the deferrals for 14-15, we will not need to take another TRAN. However, we did bring to the board the ability to go out for a TRAN in the event that it is needed, that the deferral elimination doesn't happen and it's needed.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Measure passes. It passes 4-0. And the next motion is that I need is for the board to certify that the district will be able to maintain a balanced budget in the other funds.
Do you want?
Do you want to explain that?
This is only the second time that you've seen this. This is something that was added this year that we mentioned in the first interim report in December, that it's new this year. The county requires the detail of all funds to be presented to the board in supporting documents. So we have presented you with the last page of your supporting documents with the other funds, and we do anticipate that they will be a balanced budget, or we will have a positive fund balance in each of those.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Mr. Schaefer and seconded by Mrs. Johnson. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 4-0. Next item C, adopt resolution number 2014-/32, resolution for expenditures of excess funds. Ms. Ford.
Since the first interim report, the district has monitored, like the Karen's Department, Fiscal Services has monitored the changes in revenues and expenditures. And in this particular resolution, gives us the ability to adjust the revenue side of the budget, and it requires the board adopt a resolution for expenditures for excess funds. And below you'll see a list of the adjusted revenues.
Okay, I need a motion to adopt resolution number 2014/32.
Make a motion to approve resolution 2014/32.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. All those, any questions, comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Next item, authorization to solicit bids for tree trimming services at Camino Real Elementary School. Ms. Ford.
Make a motion to approve with a question.
Motion has been made by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Mr. Hernandez, and with a question. Mr. Schaefer?
When was the last time the trees were trimmed at Camino? Is this bi-yearly, every 3 years, 4 years, 5 years?
I know it's been a while. You can tell them when.
I honestly can't tell you the last time they were trimmed. It's been a long time, and they are way overdue.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, item passes 4-0. Next item, item E, approved purchase of teaching resource books. Mr. Dabrowski.
Thank you. This is, we're asking that you approve the purchase of the book called Teaching Student-Centered Mathematics. It's something we would like to provide to all of our K-6 teachers. It came about as the work on units of study was going on with the Committee in Mathematics, and it was just a really vital resource for teachers as they plan their instruction. It's not a textbook, it won't be used by students, but it's a resource for teachers, and as we provide staff development to teachers regarding the implementation of the units of study, this book will be a central part of that staff development.
I need a motion to approve purchase of teaching resource books.
Move to approve.
Moved by Mr. Hernandez.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Schaefer with a question. Mr. Schaefer?
Do these have anything to do with about a month or two ago, we approved something called Go Math. How are these compatible to that? Do they work in conjunction with each other, or how is that?
They're compatible. What they do is, as teachers are developing Common Core math lessons, this is a resource to help them find a variety of different ways to provide that instruction. So they would go sort of hand in hand with the Go Math. The Go Math would be the book that the students are using, and then this book would be a resource that the teachers would use. As, for example, if they were going to teach a particular lesson, they may find 4 different ways that they could teach it out of this book, and then that will guide their choices that they made in making the Go Math book for what activities students might complete in that book.
Are students, how is that? Students have one book in the classroom, they take one home? Is that?
No, the Go Math is a consumable book, so they would have it both in the classroom and on the way home. But it's the kind where the pages come out, so they can, they may just take out certain pages.
And this is strictly for teachers?
This book, yes.
Okay.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Moving on to item F, approved purchase of headsets. Ms. Ford.
Administration
Make a motion to approve the purchase of these headsets.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer.
Second.
Second by Mr. Hernandez. All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item G, approved new high school course robotics.
Thank you. This is a course that we're real excited about. We plan to offer it next year at Patriot High School in the beginning, and other schools may follow soon after. It's designed around the Lego robotics competitions that are kind of throughout the country, and as Patriot looked at putting a team together and getting real involved in that, they came to the realization that if they made it an elective class, that would provide the students a lot more in-depth education and background and engineering, and so they could get a lot more out of it than if it were a sort of a club that might meet before or after school. So this course was developed with that in mind, and we're asking that you approve it for use next year.
Okay, I need a motion to approve a new high school course, robotics.
So moved.
Moved by Mrs. Johnston, second by Mr. Hernandez. I have a question. Do we anticipate what sort of interest might generate on the part of students in terms of enrollment?
My understanding of talking with Ms. Pace is there's a great deal of interest. We have, what originally happened was one of the people that run the competitions themselves came to look at Patriot as a possible site for one of the regional competitions, and it turned out our gym wasn't big enough for their needs.
Wow.
As a result, some interest was generated on the part of staff, and some students and staff went to one of the competitions and became very excited. And there's some other interest around the district at some of our middle and elementary schools. There are different levels of Lego competitions. For example, Tross Street actually competed in one of the elementary age competitions last year.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item H, approve Career Technical Education Advisory Committee. Mr. Dabrowski.
Thank you. This is, each year we bring this, the members of this committee before the board for approval. And so it's made up of staff and community members. And we'd ask you to approve the CTE Advisory Committee.
Move to approve.
Moved by Mr. Hernandez.
Second.
Second by Mr. Schaefer. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item I, approve submittal of winter 2013 release of a consolidated application. Mr. Dabrowski.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Next item, item J, approve instructional materials for adoption. We have 2, temas, AP Spanish Language and Culture, and item 2, Azulejo Anthology and Guide to the AP Spanish Literature course, 2nd edition. And that's it.
Move to approve. Second.
Motion by Ms. Johnson, seconded by Mr. Hernandez. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Measure passes 4-0. Item K, approve Title III Improvement Plan Addendum, IPA. Mr. Dabrowski.
Make a motion to approve Title III IPA.
Motion made by Mr. Schaefer. Second by Mr. Hernandez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Thank you. Item L, adopt resolution number 2014/33, emergency resolution to repair flooring at Granite Hill Elementary School. Ms. Ford.
During the recent rains, Granite Hill Elementary School's library flooded, causing the carpet to be damaged beyond repair. So staff took immediate action, and then we did submit a claim to our insurance carrier. And quotes were solicited, and we had one response from Continental Flooring for $16,686. And in the event of an emergency, Public Contract Code 20113 allows the district to enter into a contract for the performance of work via emergency resolution. So that's what we're asking tonight, for you to approve emergency resolution, which requires approval from the county superintendent of schools, and as well as the governing board. A copy of the resolution and letter from RCOE are included in the supporting documents.
Make a motion to approve with a question.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Mrs. Johnson. Any questions, Mr. Schaefer, you said?
It says that there was a flood. What was the cause of the flood? Was there a drain that plugged up and it backed up, or what caused it?
There actually was a drainage issue, but more than that, there was a crack that went in from the outside down and under and came up through the foundation of the library. So there was a little geyser that was coming out of the floor of the library.
Will that crack be sealed, or can it be?
The problem's been taken care of. They took care of the drainage problem.
That was caused by the heavy rain downpours that we had a couple of months ago, or whatever it was.
Yes.
Well, the only one that we've had.
Our one winter event, that was caused by that.
But I guess what you're saying is if that were to happen again, the drain should be, or the crack, whatever caused the problem, would not cause the same damage.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item M, adopt at first reading revised regulation 1230, recognized parent organizations. Mr. Dabrowski.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Ms. Johnston. Any questions? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item N, act on student discipline cases, and we have several here. First, we have 2 revoke expulsion cases. Discipline case number 12-014 and discipline case number 14-007.
Make motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have motion made by Mr. Schaefer, Ms. Johnson second. All those in favor?
Aye.
4-0. Item, now we move on to expulsion cases, agreement and stipulation. We have 5. Discipline case number 14-033, number 14-035, number 14041, number 14044, and number 14050.
Move to approve. Second.
Moved by Mr. Hernandez, seconded by Ms. Johnson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those, any opposed? Item passes 4-0. Expulsion, suspended expulsion cases, agreement and stipulation. We have 2. Discipline case number 14-032 and number 14049.
Make a motion to approve the expulsion, suspended expulsion cases.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Ms. Johnson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Suspended expulsion cases, agreement and stipulation. We have 7. The first item, number 14-036, number 14038, number 14-039, number 14-046, number 14-047, number 14-052, and number 14-054.
Make a motion to approve the suspended
Second.
expulsion cases.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Ms. Johnson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Denied readmission case, we have 1. Case number 12-016.
Make a motion to approve denied readmission case.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer, seconded by Ms. Johnston. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item O, approve personnel matters. Ms. Elsick.
Thank you. Administration recommends the approval of personnel report number 14 as printed.
So move.
Move-
Second.
Moved by Mr. Hernandez, seconded by Ms. Johnson to approve personnel report number 14. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item number 2, adopt 2014-2015 academic school year calendar. Ms. Elsick.
Thank you. Administration recommends the board adopt the 2014-15 academic school year calendar contingent on NEAJ member ratification of the 14-15 tentative agreement.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve made by Mr. Schaefer,
Second.
second by Ms. Johnston. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item number 3, adopt 2014-2015 employee work year schedules. Ms. Elsick.
Thank you.
Make a
Administration.
motion to approve to adopt 2014-2015 employee work year schedule.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer,
Thank
seconded
you.
by Mr. Hernandez. All those in favor?
Trustee Mendez?
Yes.
Could I just want to make sure I point out that this too would be contingent on the ratification of the NEAJ tentative agreement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor by Mr. Schaefer and seconded by Mr. Hernandez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item number 4, direct insurance of reemployment. direct issuance of reemployment notices to regular certified employees, regular certificated employees. Ms. Elzig.
Thank you. This is our annual event. We need to notify all certificated employees of their reemployment for next year.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Schaefer, second by Ms. Johnson. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Item passes 4-0. Item P, board member comments and committee reports. And we'll begin with Mr. Hernandez and sort of work our way down this way.
Oh boy. Well, first of all, I want to thank all those individuals that helped with Jurupa Valley Chamber of Commerce scholarship golf tournament with success, and hopefully we'll be awarding those very shortly. I went to and I attended a band concert, I guess, for lack of another word, over at Jurupa High School, and we had Jurupa Middle School over there also. Outstanding musicians, and they've done an excellent job. They're not a very big band, but they're a loud band. But that's all I have to report.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson.
It was a wonderful event tonight, and it was a new experience for me to see these events. And I see so much love in the district and a respect for each other. It's really, really amazing, and I really appreciate that a lot. I have to ask a request, and I know the staff has so much to do, but on our new Common Core and our process with the LCAP, I'm assuming that at some point we're going to be looking at the classes we offer, and I'm thinking secondary education and how students will move through the classes and in preparation for college. So my request is, at whatever point it's appropriate, could we have a report on secondary education and how we're going to meet these objectives? And I'm hoping, if I'm not well understood, I'd be glad to meet with somebody about it.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Schaefer.
I'd like to congratulate all the award winners tonight. All of our teachers are winners. They do a tremendous job. They're the unsung heroes here in America. And I just have to, my hat goes off to them. I attended 3 community meetings, and I have to commend Sonia Porter for her being the trooper that she is. She did a marvelous job. I attended 3 that she made the presentations to the community. And it is so important to engage the parents, the community. I know that in Riverside they engaged business partners and others, and yet our community, we need to continue to engage the parents. If we don't, the whole thing will fall apart, except that our teachers and staff members and this administration will continue to beat the drums that the parent engagement is so important. If LCFF, Common Core standards, and LCAP is going to work, we have to keep beating the drums to the parents. And the way it was presented to them, and I'm sure we will get a report on their input. There were surveys sent out, or they took surveys with them, and hopefully, I don't know when that's going to be, but if everyone made the presentations the way Sonia did, then we will have a lot of input. And I know behind her is Terry. Terry does a fantastic job. They're the unsung heroes also. So I just have to give them credit, because a lot of times they're out there, and a lot of times board members don't make it to these events. We try, but I did attend 3, and Sonia got caught with me at all 3, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot at these meetings. It gave me a clearer picture. I don't know everything, and I never will, and I appreciate the education I got. So keep up the good work. Thank you.
I agree with Mr. Schaefer that parent involvement in this process is absolutely critical. We heard that all throughout the entire time when the state was developing the regulations and so forth for this. We heard it again when we were in Sacramento testifying on behalf of districts to move forward with a set of regulations. And we have heard throughout that it's one of the key components or key aspects of, first of all, putting together a good plan for our district, but secondly, that if it's scrutinized, that because that was really one of the major intents, is to involve our community in this process. So anything we can do to continue to attract them and participate is going to be to all of our benefit. I'm sorry that I have not been able to attend those meetings. As you may know, my son suffered a severe injury, and he's doing much better. So from here on, I expect to be more involved again in attending many of the district events. I also would like to congratulate all the teachers that were honored here this evening. We have a tremendous staff here in the district, and what they accomplish, you think that they have more hours in the day than I do, but I guess they don't, and they still manage to achieve so much. And I wish well to those that will be representing us at the county level, so hopefully some of them will go further than that level. So congratulations to all of them. Thank you. With that, if there's nothing else, the meeting is adjourned.